Welcome back to Why We Buy It. Today is episode 2 on bargain shopping here in Toronto.
Yeah, in episode 1 we talked about the Salvation Army thrift store on St. Clair, west of Bathurst.
Yep.
Today we're going a little bit east of downtown, and it's Double Take on Gerrard. It's like 310 Gerrard Street East. That's basically Gerrard and Parliament and Cabbagetown.
Yeah, and what a cool experience to deal with this thrift shop. It's more of a higher end thrift shop, so it's got a little more higher end clothing, but the pricing was awesome.
Yeah, this is one of the best priced thrift shops in Toronto, in our opinion. It goes from everything from their clearance rack, which is as low as 50 cents for some items.
The clearance rack was 50 cents to $3.
Most of the items are about $1.
Yeah.
In the clearance section. We don't do much of the shopping in the clearance section, but it's there for people who really need it.
Yeah.
But then it also has kind of like its high end.
Well, like they're new arrivals, right? So more higher end, like more well-known name brands that are out. Which still fair pricing. I think the highest price tag I saw in that whole store was like $30 for something.
Yeah, and it was like I saw a $30 item, but it was for a suede coat.
Yeah.
So it made complete sense, and it wasn't just any suede coat. It was Danier leather, so you know it was good quality.
Mm-hmm.
So $30 for that was more than fair. But we did find a couple items in the kind of like marquee section,
yeah.
right? But we also found some additional items in their standard racks, and all in all, we bought 5 items, and after tax, it came out to $53. So it averaged about $10 an item.
Yeah.
So even though I think 3 of our items came from the marquee section.
The marquee section, yeah.
Right? So even the regular racks, you're looking at $5 to $10,
mm-hmm.
right? And then the marquee section is like 10 to 20 most often, with the odd, a little more expensive item just because of what it is.
Yeah.
But amongst the items we purchased for $53, we got Amy a dress.
Yeah.
A blouse.
Yeah.
A sweater. What else did you get?
A dress, a blouse, a sweater.
Something else. Maybe another shirt.
Another t-shirt.
Yeah, and I got a dress shirt.
Yeah.
Right, with French cuffs, but it's more of a casual dress shirt. The French cuffs are just for show. But like everything we got, the majority of it was new.
Yeah.
Right? And it was more than fair pricing. Another thing about the store that we like is that it's not crazy packed like some thrift stores are.
Yeah.
Right? That's one knock on the thrift store we covered in the first episode, is that the Salvation Army thrift store in St. Clair, some of those racks are just packed.
Yeah, well, and the other thing that I loved about this thrift store is they have change rooms. So it's so much nicer to shop when you're thrifting, when you don't have to like kind of pick it up and be like, well, I'll take it home for $9 and hopefully it works. So they do have the change rooms, which just made it that much more comfortable to be there. When we went to the Salvation Army the first time, it's like I think I said it in that video, was just my knock on it was there was no change room, so it made shopping a little bit harder.
Yeah, not every thrift store is going to have change rooms, just the nature of the beast, right? Mm-hmm. But this one it's only 3 change rooms, but that makes a difference.
Yeah,
it makes a huge difference, especially when you're trying something like a dress.
Well, and I find too, is like if you have a change room in a thrift store, I end up buying more. Because I'm like, I'll find like 1 or 2 items, and I'm like, okay, go try it on. I'm like, you know what? If I'm able to try things on, then I'll grab another 2 or 3 items that I wasn't originally planning on looking for, and go try those on, and like maybe come out with a winner. So having those change rooms is a huge bonus.
Yeah, and it's no surprise, honestly, that Amy came away with 4 items. I came away with 1, because probably 75% of the store is dedicated to women's clothing, right? The men's section is very small. They've got basically 1 rack of shirts, 1 rack of like casual pants, 1 rack of jeans, 1 rack of t-shirts or short sleeve shirts, and then that little section at the very front that has the like newer or high end stuff, and that's it. Mm-hmm. Then there's 20 racks of women's stuff, right? Yeah. So you're more likely to find stuff if you're a woman.
Yeah, and they also carry a lot of good household items as well. So you will have your electronics available, your dishware, bedding, like any of that kind of stuff. It's there as well. So that's a bonus too, if that's something you're needing or looking for.
Yeah, and it's a very convenient location by TTC. Okay, so going to the Salvation Army on St. Clair, your easiest way to get there is
The
take
St. Clair streetcar.
Yeah, the streetcar will get you there, but that's, I mean, you can only get that in a couple places, right? But in this case, it's not a far walk from the college subway,
It's a
right?
distance.
Like we walked it. Like we walked the whole distance because
Yeah.
we prefer to walk when the weather's nice.
Right.
But I mean, from Yonge College, where the college subway is, to 310 Gerrard is about 10-minute walk.
It would be a little bit longer than that. Maybe 20.
I wouldn't say it's not
No?
20. It's not 20. It's like it's about a 10-minute walk, to be entirely honest.
Okay.
Right? So it's not a severe walk, but you can take a bus across
Yes.
at that point to get there. You can also take a bus down from the Castle Frank station,
Yes.
right? Because it's right on Parliament, so
Mhm.
you can get that bus that goes straight down Parliament, and it's almost at the corner of Parliament and Gerrard, so it's relatively accessible. And Cabbagetown's a nice place to walk anyways. There's a lot of interesting little shops.
Yeah,
Right.
you know, that's something I really miss that, you know, because of all the construction that's happening in Toronto, I really miss the little mom and pop shops that are everywhere. But Cabbagetown, they've kind of kept it like how it always is. So it's a very cool place to just kind of look around, and there's little antique stores if that's your thing, little thrift stores if that's your thing.
Yeah, mom and pop restaurants.
Yeah, so it's such a fun area to be in.
Yeah. So if you're looking for a place to find some really good deals,
Mhm.
right? And honestly, some quality clothing as well.
Yes.
Right? Double Take at 310 Gerrard is 100 a place you should check out.
Yeah.
Right? You can find some higher end and maybe a better selection of clothing at a few other places we'll cover later. But the best deals, I think, for quality clothing is Double Take in Toronto.
Yeah, so far from what we've discovered.
Yeah.
So if you know anything else, let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
Until then, guys, as always, like, subscribe.
Click the notification bell because you don't want to miss the next episode.
That's right.
Till next time.